I know that I normally start off my videos with a more comedic intro, but I wanted to kind of give an explanation behind this super late review. I originally saw this film in 2018, maybe a couple of weeks after it came out. However, when I recorded my review, I just didn't have the energy to edit it. I barely had the energy to actually go to the movies, let alone come back and record a review that was probably way too long, like normal. And I just never got around to actually editing it and putting it up. So here we are today. What's up, guys? This is Courtney, one half of the rest of Deconstruction here, and I'm bringing you my super late review for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This film came out in 2018, around Christmas time, maybe a couple of weeks beforehand. And of course, even though the film is damn near 2 years old, spoilers. It's an animated Spider-Man film based around Miles Morales, who in the comics is from the Ultimate Marvel Universe. And because comics are comics, he's since been placed into the main continuity of the universe. You know what? I'm not even going to get into that because then this video is going to turn into like a 5 hour video. And the cast is really, really well rounded. It stars Shamik Moore, who I know from Dope. He's playing Miles. Brian Tyree Henry is playing Miles' dad, Jefferson Davis. Mahershala Ali was playing his uncle, Aaron Davis, aka the Prowler. You have Jake Johnson playing Peter B. Parker, who I think is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man in animated form, because there are a couple of things from Spider-Man 2 and 3 that they show in the film related to Peter B. Parker, so I think they're the same Spider-Man. You have Chris Pine voicing Peter Parker from the Ultimate Universe in this film. Leah Shriver as Kingpin. Hell, you even have a couple of really super cool cameos in the film as well. So overall, the cast is really, really good just to start off with. And that's not even getting to the movie. Speaking of the movie, this movie is great. I can really end the review there and just tell you to go see it, but I won't. I'm going to talk for probably 40 minutes and see what I can cut down. I'm kidding. I'm really going to try to keep this under 10. But the story is about Miles Morales and how he becomes Spider-Man. But it also focuses more on his character, and I think the overall story is more about legacy and trying to find a way to leave a legacy and trying to find yourself in the process, because he's a good student. I think he's going to like a charter school, and he's trying to fail out and go back to the public school so he can be around his friends. And it's funny because I think the message of the film is really kind of laid in front of us in an exchange between Miles and a teacher of his. They have a quiz or a test or something like that, and he gets a 0 on it. Not like, I don't say 0 as in, oh, he failed. He literally got 0 out of 100 score. And the teacher talks to him and says, do you know the probability of somebody just randomly putting answers on the grade that they would get? It's a 50%. So in order to get a 0, you would have to know all the correct answers. And she corrects the 0 into 100. And she says, Miles, you're trying to quit and I'm not going to let you. So you have an essay to do now. It's basically what you want to be, or what you're trying to be. Not like a what you want to be when you get older or a career path thing. Just, who you want to be. And I think that's a really good kind of theme for the film, because as he goes along in the film, he's talking to his uncle and he's trying to be kind of cool and everything, or he's trying to kind of find his way. I don't want to say trying to be cool, but he's trying to find his way. And he's a graffiti artist. He has like little drawings that he does that he slaps across different spots in the city. And his uncle takes him to like the subway, to this little hidden spot. and he does this big giant graffiti tag. And I think it says Legacy. It's really bad that I don't remember seeing that I watched the film last night. But in the middle of it is his outline. Just seeing his interactions with a lot of the other characters and even with the other Spider-Man later on in the film, and him trying to kind of find his way and find his place is really interesting to see, because this is a great movie, not only because of the action and kind of the dynamics that we see, but because of the character study that we get a look at. Again, Miles is, I think, 14, 15, maybe 16. I'm guessing that he has bigger aspirations. His dad is hard on him, but his dad is hard on him because he knows that he's such a good kid and he can be and do so much more. So it's just kind of interesting to get a look at Miles and his life as he's living it, and then he gets bitten by the spider in the subway, gets these powers, runs into Peter Parker of that universe, who's voiced by Chris Pine, sees Kingpin kill him, but beforehand Peter tells him, hey, you have to stop what he's doing because worlds are at risk. Because Kingpin, they make him a sympathetic villain in this film. Fighting that universe's Spider-Man, his wife and his son came in and saw how, aggressive and how vicious he was being, and they didn't like it, so they fled. So getting in the car and driving off, they were in a car accident and died. So he teams with Olivia Octavius. Yeah, you heard that name right. Dr. Ock is a woman in this film, which was really interesting to see because I didn't realize it until she said who she was. But then you start seeing little hints like her eyeglasses being octagonal shape. I think that's how you say that. But her glasses are in the shape of octagons. So it's funny that you don't pick up on this little stuff realizing that that's Doc Ock. But she has some type of collider that's merging universes. So he's tested it a couple of times before. So these different Spider-Men from universes all get brought to Miles' universe. And I mean, that's Kingpin's universe too. They're technically the ultimate universe. Basically, the plan is to stop it. Now, he's doing that because he wants to pull a version of his family from one of these other universes back to his so he can have his family again. You get it. It's somewhat noble, and it's a little, I don't want to say heartbreaking, but it's essentially heartbreaking that, he longs for his family so much that he's willing to risk the universe to bring a version of them back. And who's to say that that version is even going to like that person that he is? Because he could be a completely different person in the universe that they're being pulled from. But Miles, is told by Peter, stop him, do what you can, make this promise to me. And Miles kind of takes it upon himself. I made this promise. I have to stop Kingpin. I have these abilities now. All right, I have to be Spider-Man because we don't have one anymore. So it's really a movie about him becoming his own Spider-Man and kind of learning what it takes to be that. And it's just a really great movie. So I suggest if you're able to catch it, watch it. I think it might be on Netflix. I'm not entirely sure. I own it on Blu-ray and digital, so that's how I watched it, but I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. But yeah, this movie is great. The voice performances are really amazing. Like Leah Schreiber voices Kingpin, but he sounds like like the stereotypical New York mobster. And whatever voice just popped in your head after I said that is probably how Kingpin sounds to you. So it's just amazing that that's Leah Schreiber. It's crazy that Brian Tyree Henry sounds like himself as Jefferson Davis, but then again, he doesn't. And then Shameik Moore as Miles. Shameik Moore doesn't really sound like that, but he pitched his voice up enough where he sounds like a teenager instead of, the 20-something-year-old that he is. So it's just kind of magnificent the way that the voice performances came out. And Nick Cage is Spider-Man Noir. Haley Steinfeld is Spider-Gwen. which is what we know her as, but in her universe, she's Spider-Woman. And yeah, we even have a cameo by Oscar Isaac in the post-credit scene as Spider-Man 2099, who winds up in the 60s Spider-Man cartoon universe. And he does the Spider-Man meme with that Spider-Man. Now, the voice actor that plays 60s Spider-Man isn't the same voice actor from the show, but having heard like audio clips of the 60s TV show before, I think he did a pretty good job of kind of replicating that voice. But yeah, this is jam packed with cameos. Stan Lee has a cameo, of course. And yeah, overall, the story is really heartfelt. It has its tearjerker moments. Like, it's sad to see Kingpin kill Spider Man. And after his identity is revealed, there's this outpour of, you know, celebration. It's a big celebration of Peter's life and what he did for the city for all those years. And he was only 26 when he died. And then Jake Johnson's Spider-Man is Peter B. Parker. Again, I think it's Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He's older, he's washed up, he's kind of fat. He's sarcastic, he's kind of over it. But, he does a pretty good job as that Peter. This is probably one of the shortest reviews that I've done. Go ahead and check out the movie, guys. I just finished up my Super Late review series for Final Destination, the franchise. So go check those videos out. And as always, guys, I appreciate the support, whether it's 1, 5, 10, or 100 views. And as always, I'll catch up with you guys later.